stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
What is the location of your emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748. What's the street name?
France, Frantz.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Like, he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You were putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase, okay?
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay, okay,
I didn't know what to do.
okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Ma'am, good morning. Your name?
Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone stood before a judge today, accused of committing one of the most bizarre murders in recent Central Florida history, accused of zipping her boyfriend into a suitcase, then leaving him to suffocate to death.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. So today we are talking about Sarah Boone, and Milo's in the background trying to get attention, so just ignore him. Now, I do want to say hi to everyone before we get started because there's a lot to go over with today's case. Sarah Boone's interrogation alone is 2 hours long, so I cut that up into 1 hour. So we'll watch 1 hour today, and then we'll watch the next hour some other day, because you guys already know I cannot sit here for too long, and then also I want to be respectful for your guys' time also. But before we get started with anything, let me say hi to some of you. And I do first want to say Shay Bonet, I hope I said your name correctly. Thank you so much for joining membership. She just became part of the crazy crew. Give her a big welcome. And I think now we get an extra emoji because yesterday we got 2 new members and then I needed 1 more. So Shay Bonet, thanks girl. Thanks. Everyone give her a round of applause. Yay. So how's everyone doing today? Hey Crazy Mama, good to see you. Melissa Jade. Let me look from here on StreamYard so I'm not looking down. So we got Crazy Mama, Shay Bonet, who became part of the crazy crew. Oh my gosh, Milo. Angela, welcome back, Angela. We got Delana in the house. I know Valerie is here. Valerie's going to come up on panel, you guys, in just a bit. Who else did I see in here earlier? We got Rose with Thorn. She's always like one of the first ones. She's always does the pre-gaming here. Hey, Tammy, how are you doing today? And let me see, I'm just scrolling up, you guys, so I don't miss no one. Hey, Chris, welcome back. And then if I missed anybody else, hello, hello. So we're going to just jump right into today's live stream because like I said, we have a lot. We got Miss Sarah in the house. Oh, hello, Sarah. So good you're here. All right. So today what I'm going to do, just to start off before I bring Valerie on here, is we're going to go over the second-degree murder and proving second degree. I know yesterday, I think it was Cynthia, I could be wrong, but she brought up, what is, what does the prosecution have to prove and all of this other stuff? What does second degree murder mean? And then we did watch a short little video yesterday at the very end, but I found this good website that went over it, so I'm going to share it. And this website is good, not like yesterday's website. So let me read this to you guys really quick. So remember, Sarah Boone is being charged with a second degree murder, okay? Depraved, what is it? A depraved heart now, or depraved mind. Depraved heart or depraved mind. Now, proving second degree murder in Florida, because that's where this case does take place. If you do not know Sarah Boone's case at all, I did a live stream yesterday. We went over all of it, but basically, Sarah, back in 2020, she was living with her boyfriend, George Torres. They're both in their 40s, and they started playing, she says, a game of hide and seek. They were drinking some wine. She went up to bed and she forgot about him and fell asleep. She woke up the next morning. She found him deceased inside of the suitcase. Well, Sarah said it was their best day ever and they got along and everything was just fine. It was just a game where they were playing and she drank and went to bed, right? Well, Sarah forgot that she recorded like a dumbass on her phone George inside of the suitcase, begging for her to let him out because he couldn't breathe. And Sarah laughing and cussing and just torturing him on all of that. So Sarah is being charged with second-degree murder. So let me read this. To prove second-degree murder, a prosecutor must show that the defendant, Sarah Boone in this case, acted accordingly to a depraved mind, which the video shows that, in my opinion. And if you don't know what a depraved mind means, Okay, I am back. Can you guys hear me? Am I on screen yet? Everybody probably already laughed. They're like, this girl is something else. Let me know if you guys can see me yet or hear me. Jesus Christ. I don't know what happened. The internet the Wi-Fi connection just turned off. My whole computer actually turned off. I don't know. What a shit show. I'm going to have to cut that part off after the live is over and stuff like that. Okay, let me get back to what we were doing. Thank you guys for the ones that have stood here and supporting me, because you guys are already used to all of this shit with me all the time. And thanks, Edward, for complimenting my nails. They're actually neon yellow on camera. They look just boring yellow, but they're really, really pretty. Summer vibes here. Okay. Thank you, True Crime, Delana Rose. I plead the fifth. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. It's been a minute. Can you guys just drop some like funny emoji or something, members, drop some emojis. Come on, because damn, it's always something with me. It's always something. But you guys can hear me, right? Sarah says she got nada. I don't know what that means. Can you guys see me or you can't? I'm confused. Valerie says 1. Yeah, I think you. Okay, so True Crime says yes. Okay, so you guys. So Sarah, if you can't see me, maybe go out and come back in, maybe. Okay, so Sarah says yes, she can see me. Okay, cool. All right, you guys. So let's get back to what we were talking about. So I'm going to just continue reading this really quick. Back to Sarah Boone. So again, she's being charged with second-degree murder. And again, to prove second-degree murder, a prosecutor must show that the defendant, again, Sarah Boone, acted according to a depraved mind. And a depraved mind, like I was saying when I got cut, was the statutory definition of depraved mind is murder requires that the accused, so in this situation, it would be Sarah. So Sarah recklessly create a grave risk of danger under circumstances suggesting a depraved indifference to human life. And I do agree that Sarah, she created this reckless event, putting Jose in a suitcase, George in a suitcase. And remember, she puts him in there and she admits that she zipped it up. So she admits to that. So she put him there creating, and then he ends up passing away. So I think the video of Sarah recording Mr. Torres in the suitcase is kind of like the smoking gun, in my opinion, because that completely shows that he is begging for his life. She admits to zipping him up. So she put him in there, zipped him up, and then she leaves him there. And he's telling her he can't breathe. So now, again, Florida state law permits the prosecution of second-degree murder when the killing lacked premeditation and planning. So I think we can all agree, and even the state agrees with this. That's why they're not going for first-degree murder, that I don't believe she planned to do this, meaning like a few days later, she planned all of this stuff. And the state agrees with that too, doesn't think that either, or else they would have went for first-degree murder. Now, but the defendant acted with enmity towards the victim, or the two had an ongoing interaction or relationship. And then this goes under first degree and stuff like that. So I will share the link I got this for on the community page if you guys want to read the article and stuff like that. And again, second degree murder, it's a first degree felony, and yes, it's up to 30 years in prison, up to $10,000 in fines. So she could be looking at some time with this. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, crazy mama. Hey, Crime with Mel, good to see you. Okay, so Valerie, are you ready to come up on panel? Let me know if you are. Yeah, I don't know why I said Jose. Valerie, whenever you're ready, you can come up, and then we can start watching the interrogation together. And let me get that while you're going to come up. And see, that's why we know that the defense, so her lawyers are going for the spouse, what is it, the battery syndrome. So I don't know how they're going to go and prove that. That's going to be very interesting, I swear. Hey, Amelia, good to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. How much money on join? If you're talking about membership, I think it's only $199. There's a lot of trials starting though, because we have Gannon's trial, we have Leticia Stout, then we have Lori Vallow. So there's a lot that are supposed to start in April. This case right here is supposed to start in April. They're having March 28th. They're having I think it's a conference, a hearing or something like that on the 28th of this month. And then it's set to start for this case April 10th, I believe is exactly. Well, welcome, Sarah. I'm so happy you became part of the family, even though you're like the family already. You've been here forever. Thank you so much. You're part of the tribe. You're part of the crew. Hey, listen, peeps. She says, Valerie, I found your beautiful face again. Finally, they were looking for your beautiful face. Lori Vallow is April 3rd, folks. Okay, so we got April 3rd. We got Sarah's is supposed to start April 10th. And then Leticia's, does anyone know the exact date? I believe they have jury selection this month. I could be wrong, but I think the actual trial starts next month also. So there's a lot of trials going on next month. Tons. Yes, Mal, I agree. Is it crime time with Mal? It's Mal, right? What's Mal short for, do you want to say? My sister's name is Melanie, so we call her Mal. So I'm just wondering. And then Valerie, are you ready? You're not ready? Let me know if you are. If not, I can just start now. I already have my notes. Let me remove that and stop sharing. Oh, Mallory. That's a pretty name. It's an M, like my name is an M, but my name ain't pretty. That's why I keep it as just saying crazy to you guys, because it's not a pretty name like Mallory or Valerie. They rhyme. All right, so let's see. How many of you guys have watched this interrogation? Put a 1 in chat if you watched it, a 2 if you haven't. I feel like if you know the case, you probably watched it more than once. Oh, Sarah, well, we adore you so much here. And you're always here with all the cases I talk, all of them. The ones that get attention, that don't get attention, you're always here. Did they really? Oh my gosh, I love that show. Sorry, guys. I love that show. That is so cool. She says her parents got her name from the show Family Ties. How many of you guys know the show Family Ties? That just shows you how old I am. I'm older. I'm not old. So you guys are saying 1. Okay, so let's see. Crime says 1. Crime Time with Mal says 1. I'm just going to call you Mal. Sarah says 2. Shay Benet says 1, but it's a good. Shay Benet, I agree. I think this is one of the top 5 interrogations for me. First of all, the detectives are amazing. And the female detective, I'm sorry, I don't even know her name, but she is just so badass in this. When she plays, she just talks about a lot of things that you're like, okay, there's no need to talk about any of this. She just rambles a lot. And at one point, the female detective plays the video that Sarah recorded. Out of nowhere, she just starts playing it. And Sarah gets so distracted. I'm like, dude, that chick is badass. And she keeps, when Sarah starts rambling, the female detective always rolls her back in with bringing her back to like reality and the subject of it. Because I don't know about you guys, but Sarah at points, and I'll point them out, she reminds me, and I hate to say this, completely, totally different, but of Nicole Kessinger. Just the way she acts and things she says, she puts all the blame on her spouse. She makes herself seem so perfect and innocent and just, doing everything and anything like she's Mother Teresa. And, Nicole Kessinger was like that in her interrogation. I don't know. She just reminds me so much, though, of her during this interrogation. Hey, Sheila, I like your name too. She says a 2. Rose, you haven't seen this? I would have thought you've seen this. Shannon says 1. I see Valerie. Valerie wanted, okay. Put a thumbs up, Val, if you're ready to come on. I see you backstage, but I just want to make sure. Angela says 1, but I was off and on listening to it. Edward says a 1. Okay. You guys remember Family Ties, Michael J. Fox? Yes. It was a great show. Great show. And that's just Milo saying hi to everybody. Okay. Hey, Vicky. Vicky says, hey, everyone, I'm late. Just took my parents to get their taxes done. Oh, well, don't worry. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. Just me, like always, having tech difficulties. All right, so I'm going to bring Valerie I'm going to bring her on. And Valerie, you want to say hello to everybody?
Hello, everybody. I see that Shay is in chat. Hi, Shay. Hi, Delana. Hi, Melissa. Crime Time with Mal. And hello, everybody else. And most importantly, hi, Crazy.
Hi, my love. And you say Delana, and I say Delana.
I always said Delana until she said the correct way to say it, but I still think Delana because that's how you got me thinking it. But
so is it Delana? How do you say it again?
Delana.
Delana. I think it is Delana. Valerie says it correctly, Delana.
Oh, we went over it in my last live.
Oh, and you know what's so funny is that Delana always says it, but I don't know. I'm so stuck on Delana, and she just lets me say it incorrectly. I love her that much. She just lets me. She's just like, girl, you can't even say my name. Just say it how you want. So I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Sorry.
It's so funny. In my last live, everyone was saying it a different way. They had yeah, they're like, how do you have the hard A in it, Delana? But yeah, it was funny.
Okay, so you've watched this, and so Valerie knows this case too, and she watched the interrogation, I think, last night and took her notes. So Valerie, I'm going to push play, and then if you want me to stop it at any time, just tell me to stop it. I am, just so everybody knows, I will be stopping this interrogation. So if you don't want no interruptions, this is out on, a lot of people have this out on their channels. You can watch it with no interruption, but we are going to be stopping it and discussing our thoughts, my thoughts, Valerie's thoughts. Also, we're going to be interacting with you guys in chat. That's why I broke up this interrogation only an hour, because that's going to be, a little bit over an hour. We're going to be talking about this case. So once again, if you don't want to see any interruption, just go to another channel and watch it. But if you want to stick around, great. So again, Valerie, at any time, if you want me to stop it, just let me know.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I wrote down, and we should, every time she says that it wasn't malicious or intentional. Yeah, I think that's, if it was nighttime, I would say everyone should take a shot, but it's kind of early.
We would all be drunk if that was the case, because she says it so much.
I know.
All right. I'm gonna turn my camera off since Valerie has hers off. So yeah, I like the way that looks better. And let's watch this. Okay.
I'm going to have you sit in the green chair that doesn't move. Appreciate you coming in.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask you about these whenever we have a moment.
Sure. So obviously, he received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again, because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday.
Protocol?
just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights? Your rights? Yeah, so it's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay?
Sure.
All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
And do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So this morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So I want, so he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know what that's from.
Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising. Like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little
I haven't laid a hand on him.
Okay.
Also too, he fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know, and he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So
Okay, so this is something that I thought was really interesting when I first listened to this. So I don't know about you guys, but whenever we've covered a case or even cases we haven't covered, when a parent or a babysitter or somebody abuses a child and the child has lost their life, one thing I noticed they always say is they blame the child. They'll say they fight with their brother or sister and they get their injuries that way. They'll say they bump into things, they're clumsy, they fall a lot. They blame the kid. And I just thought it was so interesting to see Sarah initially go to blaming her boyfriend, saying stuff like he fell off her son's bike. He's notorious for running into walls. What 42-year-old do you know, unless there's some, health issues, bumps into walls? So I don't know. I just thought this was very interesting to watch her blame him, just like the parents that abuse their children and unfortunately have lost their lives. They blame their kids. Did you notice that, Valerie, or no?
Yeah, no, it made me even think of Leilani. You know how when Quentin had the bruises on his eye in the picture, and people are like, how did that happen? And she said, like, oh, he was playing and hit his head on a toy or something like that. So it made me.
Yes, they always blame the child. And it's just interesting to see that's exactly what she's doing right here is blame. And what 40-year-old, seriously though, is notorious for bumping into walls. Like what? Like, okay, like no, no.
No, I agree. I could see maybe her doing it though. I don't know. She doesn't seem the sharpest tool in the shed, but I agree with you completely.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on the back of his neck, kind of going, but it's going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent. They occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not.
Okay, and I told you guys I was going to stop it now. This is very important. Keep this in the back of your noggin. And because of the injuries he sustained. So remember, he had a cut lip, bruising around the eye, the shoulder, somewhere else on his body. And they're saying after the autopsy has been done that these injuries are not old. They're not old and healing. They are from the night of. So that means he got these injuries from the night of. How can he have got these injuries if she claims with everything they had no physical altercation, if they didn't fight each other? How did he get these? I really believe now what you said yesterday, Valerie, that this initially started upstairs and when he was put in the suitcase upstairs. And I 100%, and this is just my opinion, I think she pushed him down the stairs.
Yeah, and she says she's goes on and on how she did not physically touch him. And she says it multiple times that she's adamant she did not physically touch him. And I think she actually, maybe with her hands, didn't touch him, but she did, like you said, push him down the stairs. And I think maybe she was kicking it, and she could have even got like a baseball bat or a golf club or something and was hitting the suitcase with it, but her hands didn't actually touch him. So that's why she's using that wording, like, I didn't touch him, but maybe another object did, or she hit the suitcase, but her hands didn't touch his body.
Kind of like how Chris Watts was so adamant about his hands, right?
Yeah.
His hands were like, you weren't going to find nothing on his hands. But I'm like thinking, and I don't know with the stairs, like, I don't know how many stairs they have in the home. Is it a couple of stairs going up? Is it a lot of stairs? Like, I don't know that. I haven't had time to look at the inside of the home, of the apartment, or I think it's a townhome. But if he was, okay, let's think about this realistically before I jump the gun. If he was pushed down in the suitcase, would he have sustained more injuries though, or no? And that's why I'm so interested when this goes to trial to see exactly what the medical examiner says.
Yeah, I'm so curious. Do you know when we're going to be getting that back?
Well, we'll know all of that once this goes to trial. We're going to see everything. I'm sure they're going to bring the medical examiner on the stand, and I'm really interested to see what she has to say about his injuries, because all we really know is that he sustained these that evening, that day. It wasn't days before, 2 days or nothing. He got these injuries that day. So what happened that day that he sustained a cut lip, bruising around the eye, the shoulder, and somewhere else on his body? He has bruising. The scratches, she claims they're from rough sex. I don't know.
That could be possibly. That's the only thing that I could say maybe possibly, but the other things I don't think at all could be from sex.
So, hey, Jay, welcome. So Jay is a big supporter, I believe, of Valerie's. I recognize the name. He says the injuries would be consistent with that. Very intelligent assessment, Val. And I agree. Yesterday when Valerie said that, I was like, holy shit. I didn't even think of that. Or someone else had stated yesterday during the live that if she did not push him down, maybe she was kicking or hitting the suitcase when he was in it.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, let's go back.
Not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is. No idea what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over the house too, so.
Well, your son was there when? When was he last there?
Oh, gosh.
From my understanding, he was there last Tuesday?
I don't know if it was Tuesday, but yes, he was there last week, so.
Well, we're talking about Sunday.
Yeah.
We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday. You called us yesterday at 1, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday and then into Monday.
I'm thoroughly confused because we had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on his head and his skull.
I have no idea.
As if something hit him.
I
considered
have not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not.
Oh, wow. That's something I miss out of the 400 times I've watched this. He had an injury on his head. Did you know that?
I thought that he did. It was blunt, a bruise or a contusion. Was that it on his head? And she was trying to explain what a contusion is. They didn't know, the detectives.
Well, it seems so he has something on his head. So something going on with the head, right? And then the eye.
Yeah.
The shoulder.
All over him. Yeah.
So how is that possible if she did not physically lay hands on him? Like realistically, how is that even possible? That's a lot of injuries to have to the head, it seems like. The head, the eye, the forehead, and the shoulder.
That's why I'm wondering, do you think that she got another object, like a bat or something, and was hitting the suitcase with it?
I think realistically, it makes more sense to me what you said yesterday of him. It started upstairs because their bedroom is upstairs. And she even says the suitcase was originally upstairs in the closet, but they were doing some cleaning or whatever. And so I think it was upstairs. He gets in it upstairs. I do not believe they were playing hide and seek because that's not even how you play hide and seek. So I think it was a dare, like a truth or dare thing going on. And I think she dared him to get in the suitcase. And I think she pushed him down the stairs when he was in the suitcase. I really do that. And it would make sense, the injuries. It makes sense now.
Yeah, definitely. And I saw someone else say that it does make way more sense that it would be truth and dare versus hide and seek. So she should have came up with that one.
Yeah. Hey, Whit, good to see you. She says, I still can't get over her pleading for a drink and a cigarette while BF was still inside. And then she actually gets water from the water hose thing outside. That was just, I can't believe that either.
This bigot, yes.
Angela says the neighbor told police that they heard banging on the stairs. See, I heard, okay, so I need to go back and find is that an actual interview you can hear, Angela? Because I feel like I've listened to everything, but I don't think I've listened to the neighbor. I've listened to the property manager for the apartments. I listened to that. That's about 17 minutes, her interview. And then I've listened to the ex-husband, but I don't think I've heard the neighbor one. So we're gonna have to go on the hunt for that one, Valerie.
Yes, I can start looking if you want.
Yeah, see if you could. All right, let's just.
Not touched him. I have not touched him.
Then how would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good day. We've had good days lately.
Mm-hmm.
Even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Yeah,
I don't
you said
even
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Were you guys?
Misfit, thank you so much for coming in big with a $49 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that more than words can even say. Thank you for a great live. Oh my gosh, this is another big supporter of Valerie's. So thank you so much.
Hi, Misfit. So good to see you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's greatly appreciated.
Got the injury, right? You said that was a
I'll
month
say
ago?
a few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last, like, physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Wow.
Like, we've been good. I don't know if, like, it's since the last time he got out of jail. Like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes
Mm-hmm.
and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So,
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
the probation officer,
I don't know, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talk to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So.
Right, but you're saying that you guys.
So this whole thing, you guys, she blames George this whole time for everything. And one thing I just noticed is that she just said that every time that they get into it, her and her boyfriend, Mr. Torres, she goes to her ex-husband's house and spends the night with him. Not like with him, like sleep with him, but I don't know. I just thought that was pretty interesting that every time they have problems, she goes to her ex.
I
And
know.
and he
I
is the
wouldn't.
first person she called when she didn't call 911. Remember, she calls her ex-husband first.
I kind of wonder if they still were hooking up or something.
I don't know. I was thinking, I never thought that, but now I'm just like, who knows? Probably. I mean, sometimes people do mess around still with their baby daddy, baby mama still. I mean, if it came out she did, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, I'm so curious. I'm sure he's going to speak at trial, what he's going to say, and if there is any DV incidents with him, because I think that'll show a lot into her character.
I agree. And that's why this trial is going to be so good. I can't wait for this one. Angela says there's an interview with George's brother too. I think I watched that one actually. I think I haven't talked about that one, but I would have to rewatch that one. Yeah, she says there is a interview with George's brother too. Not sure if you already talked about it, but it's a good one. He talks about the relationship and how they fight nonstop. So after today's live, I'm gonna have to get that one because I did want to watch the property manager with you guys. But if I can get the brother one too, we can watch that one also together.
Sounds good. And hello, Austin. Aloha, as you say.
Okay, let me push.
Have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago. So
Give or take.
right. So what do you mean by he comes after you? Like
He gets belligerently drunk.
mhm.
Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken.
Mhm.
And at one point, I started documenting everything.
Okay.
So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads, he split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards for them to tend to it, from him poking me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So
Then why are you still with him?
everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him, like I do, and I feel like I can help him. Like I feel like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with.
Mhm.
I've really helped him. I've bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I had hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. And then he starts to think about things, and I think he gets overwhelmed. And then it's like, the next thing I know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go. So I'm going to go upstairs and read a book, or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else where I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. He doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself, where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that. So he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill.
Mhm.
And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers. She was all over him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries.
Okay, so she contradicts herself a lot, and this is one of them right here. So she's just saying that, and again, she's blaming everybody for, you know, George's drinking. Everybody's, it's their fault for him drinking. And it's funny that she says right here that the ex-wife is, you know, she's like horrible, right? She's painting her in a horrible light. And she says that she's asking for money. She has a kid with George. And of course she's going to ask for money. You have a kid with him, pay for your kid. But it's just funny how she's saying right here, he doesn't have a job, when this whole interview, she talks about how he works, he has a job, but now he don't have a job because he can't give his ex-wife money for their kid they have together. But yet he's giving you money for your child and your bills. How does that make sense? No.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And where she got quote unquote emotional, did you believe that at all? Where then her emotions switched?
No, her emotions switched so quickly. It was like she was getting emotional, and then look at her. She's like that now.
Yeah, it reminded me, I saw people said in the chat about Amber Heard and also like Nicole Kessinger, how she starts that breakdown crying and then, or faking it, and then back to normal 2 seconds later.
And I really wonder, and again, this is a lot of, just so you guys know, this is a lot of just mine and Valerie's opinions, okay? But I just wonder how she's bringing up the ex-wife and how she says that she would always, you know, cause trouble and drive him nuts. Pretty much she's, you know, referring to, because, you know, one thing being money, they had a kid together. And I'm wondering, it's interesting how she says, well, he would give me money for, you know, bills, for a bill here or there, and, you know, her child and groceries. And I'm just wondering if Sarah gave George a hard time if he did try to give money to his ex-wife. Like if she was jealous of the ex-wife or the relationship. Like, you know what I mean? There's females out there like that. Like they're, I don't know, they're a different breed. They're not like us. You know what I mean? I mean, like us women, we want to meet a man that takes care of their kids. Right, ladies? Like if you meet a man and he don't take care of his kids, you're like, ill. Like, ill. They make people like you still. Like, no, that's like the biggest turn off for me. But I wonder if Sarah was jealous of anybody in his life, including
I
his
can see that for sure. Yes, because then she feels that he's not putting her first. So I could definitely see that.
Yes. Hello, lighting the way home for the vanished. I love your name, by the way. Hello, welcome. I plead the fifth says 100.
And I love how she calls the ex-wife like crazy or out of her mind when she's, I don't know, it's just funny.
Just say it. She's crazy.
Right?
She paints everybody in the worst light, but puts herself in like in this best light. Like she even goes into in a little bit when she starts talking about her education and everything like that. Like I got, you know, straight A's or whatever. She says like, girl, you're in your 40s. No one cares what you did in high school. Like, no, like, no.
She's probably talking about elementary school.
Probably that was her best highlight of her life.
So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the bank to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink.
Did you guys just catch that right there? What she's just said. She just slipped up. Sarah had a problem with drinking, in my opinion, based off of what the property manager says. And she just said, this is why I got the puzzles and the games. So we didn't have a drink. So he didn't have a drink. I really think she meant we. I think they both had a problem with drinking alcohol, and I think they both were abusive to each other. But during this whole interrogation, you're going to see Sarah blame him for the drinking, for the abuse. But I really do think she slipped up right here when she says she got the puzzle and everything, so we didn't drink. And then she corrects herself right away, so he didn't drink. I caught that right away. Hey, I'm Grateful Ed.
Hey, Grateful Ed.
She doesn't act, Jay says, she doesn't act very childish, so that's possibly true. She says in her interrogation, that's not fair. And then hello to anybody coming in and anyone not chatting. Hello, if you could just hook your girl up by hitting the like button.
When you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Where most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Eventually, he just passes out.
Well, yesterday it made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording, like, that you were not drunk. He was not drunk. You guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-compensated.
And again, I told you guys I was going to stop it. So right here, she just contradicts herself 3 times in a row. She says, I don't get drunk. I can't get drunk. I do not want to get drunk. So which one is it, Sarah? It can't be all 3. Which one is it? I don't get drunk. I can't get drunk. I do not want to get drunk. Sarah, you're getting drunk. Just admit it, girl. It's okay. I get drunk too sometimes. Sometimes I do things that when I'm drunk, I'm like, the next day my boyfriend will tell me and I'll be like, he'll give me this look and I'll be like, oh Lord. I still do it too, you know, and I'm 44, you know what I mean? But I don't go out anywhere. You know, if I have a drink, I'm home, you know, in my safe little home, and I have a drink sometimes. And yeah, sometimes I do get drunk. I'm not going to lie and say I don't, you know, but Sarah's like, I don't get drunk. I can't get drunk. I do not want to get drunk. Girl, you're getting drunk.
Pick one out of the 3, Sarah. Multiple choice, A, B, or C. Which one?
Oh my God, I can't with her.
Having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm just saying you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics. We are not, you know, but you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out. I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and it got physical?
No.
Or is it?
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy kind of thing. He doesn't know. I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you? Like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left over.
Yeah, about this much.
Mm-hmm. And then that you had well, I don't even know how the wine. How'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix.
Does he like leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like, because
sometimes I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to Publix?
So most of the time, what happens is, because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it.
Okay.
So what he'll do is he'll go by Publix, and then on the way back catch the convenience store.
Okay.
So
is that what he did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because the next thing I know, he's walking in with a bottle.
Okay.
So it's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus, there's stuff that are around the house that I had to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry and he'll go run out and do whatever.
Okay. So where were you guys at on?
Does anybody believe like she's so innocent and she does not know how the wine gets there? You know, he goes and the wine just is here. I guess he went and got it. I don't know. She just, again, painting herself in this perfect light. But then I thought it was interesting how she says, the next thing I know, he's walking in with the bottle of wine. And then she says that he does this, he probably did this referring to getting the alcohol on Sunday, because she says maybe it was him trying to be nice for her. And I'm wondering if she sends him to go get it, you know what I mean, for her.
Yeah, no, the wine fairy brought it or something.
Like, it's just, she's just, this girl is just something else. Like, I don't know what's the word, but it's just like, I wish she would have just came out and of course, no one wants to put themselves in a bad light. I get that. But if she would have just came out and said, you know what, we have a drinking problem. Both of us do. We have, we get physical with each other. I mean, there's police records to show that, right? They both have been arrested for DV. He's been arrested more times than her, but she still has. And, if she would have just been, we have a toxic relationship and we were playing this game and I fell asleep. I was drunk and I fell asleep. But then again, I think she still would have been, fucked because of that video she recorded. So she screwed regardless because of that video. It paints a total different picture. And you guys need to realize that. What Sarah is saying this whole time, I know I keep interrupting it, but this whole time she is painting this picture of George is, he has so many issues with drinking, bumping into walls and, being abusive to her and, trying to get his life in order. And she's just Mother Teresa trying to help him. And she's just perfect. And on Sunday, they have this beautiful day. They got along. It was the best day ever. And she paints this whole picture until they bring out the laptop. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if that's a good day, I can't imagine what a bad day is for them. Because she keeps saying how.
Honestly think they started fighting. I do. I think, and I say that after listening to this interrogation this morning, I listened to it again. I think they were fighting over stuff, and I'll get into why I think that, but I think there was already tension, and I think they're already arguing over little things.
Yeah. And I saw someone say about, I hope she takes the stand, and I do, because I can't wait to see her on the stand, assuming she does, and I think prosecution would totally rip her apart.
I think she's going to take the stand. I think she thinks that if she goes on the stand, people are going to believe her. She just has that entitlement, like, oh, poor me, and like, I don't know, I think 100%, I could be wrong, but I think she is going to go on the stand, and it's going to be good.
Yeah, I agree.
On drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday. You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down. Slow down. And another thing, too, is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and, like, just, it makes me fractious listening to his music. So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine because, I mean, we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, sat down, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies. We're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep. But he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind because the trailers were cool. And he was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming.
Okay.
So
on your laptop you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
And I mean, and then it was.
But you said it was a good day. Like, you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship. You guys didn't go down like the rabbit hole, like had too many to drink, and you guys start getting.
No, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say. With just, we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's just, it's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through because.
I'm talking about the money, jobs,
daughters. Yes.
Nothing relationship-wise, though. Like, no issues. Like, did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about
just
like
what's going on right now?
Got it.
I try to evoke it from him so he gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship, where he has been practicing communication. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you. Like I have almost everything. Not a worry. Just tell me. Get it out of you.
Right.
But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting and listen to music or whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing together in the living room, and then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here. It is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I missed him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying to...
I never stopped. That's what I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now because I'm still trying to help him.
Yeah, we just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
Okay. You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, just kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think, the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end.
Okay.
But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go to see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered. Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions too I need to talk to you about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help him, just as she is and just as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer, and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what BIP stands for, Batterers Intervention Program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together, where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
Even when you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors don't tell me that. The office, property manager.
At some point, somebody gets enough, then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, Kicked him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
But you also went down and bailed him
I
out
know.
the next day.
I know.
What's on your laptop?
What was I going to tell you? Oh,
What do you guys think this is why I love watching interrogation videos. There are a couple good channels out there. I'm going to link them after in the comment box after that I watch. But it just amazes me. Look at the detectives. They already have her phone at this point, okay? They already have seen her videos that she recorded on her phone. They know all of that. And I'm just like, everything she's saying in this picture she's painting, I'm like, I wonder what they're thinking. Like the girl detective, I feel like she can't hide it. Like you can see, I can feel it just looking at her. Like she's like looking at Sarah, in my opinion, like, girl, you're full of shit. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I love watching this.
Yeah, the female detective is so done with her.
She's just like, yeah, we got your phone, Sarah. You want to show us what? We got your phone. What are you trying to show us?
Yeah, there's one point that's really funny. She's like, I don't know what you like want me to say or what you want me to do. And the detective's like, you're doing just fine. Like they're basically like, you're giving us everything we need.
Leo says, who plays hide and seek in a suitcase? And this is what we talked about yesterday. No one does. No one does. The whole point of hide and seek is one goes and hides and the other one seeks. So her putting them in there obviously isn't what they were doing. And I don't think they were playing hide and seek at all. I think, I don't know who brought it up yesterday during the live, but someone says they were probably playing truth or dare, because I kept saying, who in their 40s when you're drinking is like, you know what, no kid. I can understand when you have your kids, because I've done that with my kids too. I played hide and seek. I think all parents have. But, if you don't have your kids there and, you're drinking with your spouse, who says, you know what, sounds like a good thing? What? Let's play hide and seek. Let me put you in a suitcase. Like, no, that never happens. You know what I mean? So I think that either because I'm like, who would want to be in a suitcase? Who would go in a suitcase? Like, why? What would make you get in the suitcase? How can you be convinced? Maybe they're playing truth or dare. Someone said that yesterday, and that kind of makes sense to me. Like maybe she dared him to get in there, or they were playing truth or dare. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, Val?
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense to me. Like, I dare you to get in there. I bet you can't fit. Something like that. Because he does look like I don't know how tall he was, but he does look like he was pretty small.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's crazy that her story of hide and seek, I think, and even the detectives, they pretty much call bullshit on that story too. So I don't know. I think it was truth or dare. I think it had to be for him to get inside of a suitcase. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to say at court about if she's still going to say hide and seek, or what they're going to say, what the reason was he got in there.
Well, if they're going for it was originally, what was it originally called? Women battered, it's spouse battered syndrome or something like that. Originally it was women battered syndrome, I believe it was, but now it's spouse. They're going that defense. That's what they're going. So in that defense, what we talked about yesterday, her lawyer is going to have to prove that she was physically and mentally abused over time, and that she was in fear. She was in fear for her life at that moment. But that's why I'm so confused of why are they going that route when this interrogation and everything we've heard with the 911 call, the body cam footage, this interrogation, everything we've heard paints her not fearing for her life at that moment. The video, she's laughing, she's cussing, she's in control, she's not fearing at all. So how is that gonna even win? But I was watching something and they were stating because they're probably going that route because they have no other option right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would make sense possibly, like they could use that if she shot him or something, and like she said she was scared for her life, so she shot him, or she grabbed some object and hit him over the head. But because it was like last second thing where she was freaking out. But this was something that went on for hours and hours and hours. And if she was scared, she could have just left, like if he was in the suitcase, but she stayed there and she went to sleep. So I don't see how they're going to hold that up in court.
And not only that too, again, putting him in the suitcase and then taunting him and laughing, it doesn't show someone who is fearing. And that's the whole thing with the defense they're going with, is that you have to show that she was in fear. And then she reacted in self-defense. And like most cases, like if she would have shot him or, you know, whatever, stabbed him or whatever, you know, but to place him in a suitcase because you guys were having the best day of your life says you weren't in fear. You weren't fighting with him. This is all coming from her own statement. So I just think it's, but again, if this is their only option they're going with, I guess that's what they're doing. But to me, I personally think she's going to be found guilty without a doubt.
I think so too. And also, I know you have to press play, but one more thing, like if she was like super in fear, and I'm not saying he did or didn't abuse her, but I know like if this was happening to me, I would be super afraid. Like if she didn't think he was going to die after doing this to him, like, and he got out of the suitcase, that he would then beat her up if that was the case, because he'd be so angry about her doing that.
Yeah. And this is something that, you know, because I've been in the past, I was in an abusive relationship. And I've talked about this a lot when we were covering, when we talked about the Amber Heard trial. And the same thing with Amber, she placed herself as this victim, but yet there was so much evidence out there of digital evidence, videos of her being the one that was the abuser mentally, right? And look at Johnny receiving injuries and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just think that this defense they're going with, I just think it's not going to work. It's not going to, you know, end in their favor at all. And then as far as what Al's comment, did you all hear if she said choke me or cheat on me or both? So in the video she's recording with of him in the suitcase, she says both. She says at one time something like that's how it feels when you choke me or something like that. She says something like that. And then she also says, when he's saying I can't breathe, she does bring up something like, that's how I feel when you cheat on me or something like that. But she does say both of those things in the audio. So she says both of those. And they bring up the cheating in this interrogation.
Yeah, I remember that. It'll be very interesting to see. I saw people in the chat said at least she didn't poop on his bed.
Well, I mean, that we know of, you guys.
Right?
I mean, I could picture Sarah doing some shit like that, to be honest with you guys. I can see her doing something crazy like that.
I could too.
Hey, Sugar. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Okay, let me put.
Previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order.
Okay.
Because I would take him out, his parents, because of them constantly having to take him back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car, just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap in, just throwing it, like the car would jostle, he was throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go, they got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But if you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is he pursues me. So I don't know if y'all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, he's gonna do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday or whenever it was, I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm going to go ride my bike. I'm going to go upstairs and read a book. But what does he say? Every waking moment, he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look up some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to be upstairs, maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner?
Okay, how many of you guys believe what Sarah is saying right here? And this is the one part where it reminds me so much of Nicole Kessinger putting it all, and again, I know it's two different cases, but putting it on Chris Watts. He always wanted to be with her. She wanted her space. You know what I mean? Same thing right here. Sarah's making it seem like I wanted to go ride my bike and read a book, but he just wanted to be with me on every waking moment. From the moment I wake up, he's like right there. Like, I'm having a hard time believing that he wanted to, and maybe it's true, I don't know, but I'm having a hard time just based off of what we know of Sarah, that he wanted to be around her every single moment of the day, right? And glued to her. And when he couldn't be near her, he would explode. I'm just going to say, I kind of feel like maybe it was Sarah that wanted to be around him 24/7, just like I think NK wanted to be around Chris 24/7. And when she couldn't and he gave someone else the attention, these women, they explode, and you better be careful.
I think so too. Like, she seems overwhelming and exhausting, just like NK. Yeah, and I feel like even these detectives are getting exhausted with her.
Like, look at the guy. He's just hunched over the whole time. Like,
yeah, like,
oh my God.
I would feel that it would be her that wants to be with him 24/7, and he probably needed a break. He probably hid in the bathroom like Johnny Depp would.
Maybe when she said that she went upstairs to hide in the shower, wasn't it the shower she said, because they were playing hide and seek, and then he never went up to find her? Maybe he was in the one hiding from her up there and trying to get away from her. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but she's just, I mean, I'm not saying that, and I want to make this very clear. I'm not saying that George was perfect. I'm not saying that. I do think he had, and based off of what we've seen, what people that have known them have stated, I do believe, he was a troubled man. He had substance abuse. He has his DV against, Sarah, he had some work to do. Okay. I'm not saying he was perfect, but Sarah just paints him so much as, he's the one with all the problems. He's a drunk. He's abusive. And now he's fucking needy. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And she's just like, I was good.
Right? Like, she's just so perfect. And you know what's scary, guys, is there are women like this out there. So if you're with someone like that, be careful. Get out. It doesn't end good. I'm not even playing. It doesn't end good. And just so you guys know, I'm highlighting comments from StreamYard. I'm really behind, and then I'll answer them in the chat. So if you're wondering, like, what is she talking about? if I highlight something and then I respond to you in the chat, I'm just trying to catch up to comments. Okay.
And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
You're talking about this is like recent? I don't, you kind of like lost me. Like, what are you
talking about?
It was
a little while ago.
But now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space. So have you been feeling that way lately, or?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, my thing is too, so you all know, I hate that you can't talk to her, but Dee, his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. Like, she withholds their children from speaking to him. So he gets upset about that, and then she like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this has not like been recent, but which is why he didn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday? Like,
No, I'm
I
just
love
saying
that she says that.
previously
Okay.
why the incidents,
I love
what
this
happened is
perspective.
she plays a
What does
big
that
part
have
in
to do with
it.
anything?
Okay.
On top of job
Yeah.
and money and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is there anybody else at the house?
No, it's just me and him.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any like timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you
I
went
told you-
upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish, and then.
You just said that it was dark when you were playing hide and seek, and I'm just curious if you remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start
Mhm.
and talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that had him come inside, so we could
About
do
what
stuff.
time, do you remember what time that was, is what she's asking.
And you said you went up to bed around midnight, fell asleep around 12:30-ish. But those are the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
Like when we started to play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Well, we went inside probably about, if I had to guess, we weren't out there too long, maybe about 6-ish. Then.
You're talking about from hanging out outside and like. Okay.
Well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there. And
Right.
just enjoy the weather.
Gotcha.
Plus, it started to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Start at the top, paint, whatever. Maybe, gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when you went to hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. So it's like, okay, we know. Okay, whatever. Maybe.
Okay, so I rewinded just a little bit. So I want you guys to really, and Jay, I was going to reply to your comment. I'll just say it since I stopped. Jay says, it's great when she realizes they have the video. Excuse me.
And also, oh, sorry.
It's okay. I agree. I think it's, you guys, when they bring that in and they play it, it's the best part of this whole thing. But I stopped it really quick right here and I rewinded it because I want you guys to hear what she's going to say and listen to how she's saying it. This is why I think there was tension going on. She's going to start talking about, they're asking her, okay, you guys were outside. Now they're trying to get a time frame of when they get back inside. And they're asking, this is when she goes into, starts explaining when they come in and what they do. Listen to how she says it though, because the way she says it, I really think an argument or tension or something happened right here. Just the way, and you can, it seems like she's even, the way she's saying it to me, it seems like she's trying to think of how to say it without sounding like something happened. Go on, Valerie.
Oh, I was just going to say it also from before where she keeps saying about how bad the ex is. It makes me think about how NK kept talking about how bad Shanann was.
Oh, yes. And yes, good point. Yes, I tell you, it reminds me, she reminds me of NK at times. I know it's different things, but yes, good point, Valerie. Valerie's so good.
I learned from you.
No, stop it. You're amazing. Okay, let's listen. Listen, you guys, to this part.
Gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when you went to hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. So it's like, okay, we know. okay, take off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
And then you went upstairs.
See how she says it when she says like, "Oh, I don't want to paint anymore." Ugh. Like, what's going on there? Like, why does she say it like that? She sounds like there was something going on right then and there. I don't know. I just feel like there was tension going on with them. Maybe they started talking about things, an argument. I don't know. Why would she say that though? Like, oh, I didn't want to paint anymore. Ugh. Like, I don't know. I feel like she wants to say something, but she's not. She's holding back.
And then he didn't come up and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship?
Mm-hmm.
When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there,
yes. And
it was in play because...
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Well,
I mean, we were playing.
No, I know,
that
but
time,
I'm saying, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so.
The suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back.
Okay, so for people that know this case, and this is something I told you yesterday, Valerie, you guys, refresh my memory with this. Wasn't there, I don't know where I heard this, if this is just a rumor or if this was true, so I need everybody that knows this case. Wasn't it said before, and again, this could be a rumor, that Sarah one time in the past tried to put, I think it was her nephew or somebody else in a suitcase or something like that? She was playing a game or something. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Or was this just me? I mean, this case is back in 2020, so you hear a lot of things, and it's like 2023 now, so.
I don't know that part. If Melissa's still in chat, she would probably know.
I'm wondering, did anybody hear that? Jay says her son. Jay says yes. Okay, so do you remember what was that like? An interview someone did? Was that an article? I'm on the hunt to find that. Because, okay, so people are saying her son, let me see, keep suitcase away. Yeah, keep suitcase away from her. Yes.
Because they do ask her about her son, and she's like, I would never do that. No. Remember? Because so I know it's her. Yeah.
Yes, and when the detective tells her, it's going to come up right now when she says, well, would you put your son in there? She's like, really? She couldn't believe the detective said that. So Mima says, I thought I heard it was her son too. See? So I was thinking maybe, because sometimes with cases and it's been so long, you forget where you heard things and you're like, okay, maybe this is just not true. So I saw it on, Jay says, I saw it on Reddit. Okay, Valerie, we're going to have to go on Reddit and find that. Yeah, I want to read that again. I want to see what it actually says, because that's just eerie. And not only that, because she so denies it here. Because they ask her, would she put her son or has she put anybody in a suitcase? And she totally denies it.
Yeah, she starts yelling like, no.
And she goes, really? Really? Yes, really.
I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
No, I'm just asking, in the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously, no. I understand, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter. You were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs. So.
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any
Okay, so I was going to write this out, but you guys get ready because I think this is when they're going to start asking her about videos. Because remember, the detectives they have her phone. They've already seen this. And so this is when I think they're going to start building up to bringing out that laptop. So let me just also say this. If it is true that she did try to put her son in a suitcase before, if that is legit true, I wonder if that's going to come out during the trial, because that's huge, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
No.
No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password?
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay. Does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's
Yeah.
your phone. Okay, how does he have access?
Sarah, can I borrow your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how does he get into it? Because it's password protected.
He'll come and get it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like he's, look, he'll joke with me and say, okay, I need to borrow your phone. And he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition.
No,
But he is the only other person that would use your phone, I'm
Yes.
assuming, other than.
well, Lucas.
Right. But Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Right. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I thought I maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and
The dogs.
and George and them dancing, but I mean, it's just Tess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shutting down.
Oh, okay.
I love how she says, like, do I have to watch this?
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at Jay. Okay, first of all, what's up with detectives never having their laptops charged? Like in so many interrogations, it always dies. But two, oh my God, her face, once they start playing it, she's just like, oh, your battery is dying. The first thing she says is, oh, your battery is dying. Oh my God. Oh my God. But all seriousness though, it is, my eyes are getting watery. It is sad though, because you hear him, saying, Sarah, I can't breathe. But just knowing this is, you guys, this is the moment that her reality is going to sink in. Like this whole thing that you've been saying, this perfect loving day, and you guys were just playing and you fell asleep, is all going to crash on you right now. And I just love this moment right here. It's like my favorite moment out of everything. And the first thing she says is, your battery's kind of about to die. I can't. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna be serious. All right. Let me see some of your guys' comments before. No, let me play this. Hold on. So they're going to go get a battery. They're going to get a charger because I don't know what's up with detectives. They never have their freaking thing charged ever.
Let me.
The battery doesn't last very long.
Yeah, it used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something.
All right.
Oh my God. Charge your freaking laptops. Oh, here she goes. Now she tries.
I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked. And
No.
okay, but why did you say it like that? Like,
I don't think you all understand who I am.
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
Well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight-A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son.
Okay.
I excel at everything.
I excelled everything.
I would not do that.
You wouldn't lock somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't like
Do you really think you're 43, 42, I think. Do you think they care when you were in like high school and how you excelled? Like that means nothing. Like believe me, I would never do this, you guys. You know why? Because I don't think you know who I am. Like this chick, she is so entitled. I can't I don't know who's worse, you guys. Her or NK. And I'm being serious. I don't know who's worse, her or NK.
She's like, I was a Girl Scout. I sold the most cookies out of everyone.
Like, seriously, who cares about your freaking grades? Like, you think they care? I can't with her. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Okay, I'll push play.
completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay.
Whew. This
No, it's just the way you said it.
You guys
were
are scaring me.
Why?
We just want you to watch this. It came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't know how much I can take.
Oh God, you know how much you can take? Oh my God, I can't. You guys. She actually asked how long this was. Really?
Do I have to watch this?
Yes, bitch. You have to
I
watch.
continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Oh my
Well, it's on your phone,
God. Yeah,
and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
tell her.
We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
In all seriousness, though, this is really.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
Yeah, you let him in there that long, Sarah, and
For
recorded it.
everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
And
Fuck
it's just,
you.
that's you, your voice.
Stupid.
Mm.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
That's what you do when you choke me, she says right there.
I don't want to watch it, please.
When she got in trouble for choking him also.
Last time we talked to you,
Yes,
you said
good
that
point, Valerie. Yeah.
you put him in the suitcase,
That's
he
why
had
she was
2 fingers
arrested.
hanging out. and you
I
went to
flipped him
bed.
over. I flipped him over.
Okay, I'll replay that part really quick. But Valerie makes a really good point. When she got arrested, it was because she tried to strangle him. So that's why she got arrested. He got arrested for the same incident because on the report it said that he tried to get away from her, and I guess she was like trying to like claw at him and get him, and then he like kicked her to like I guess back off or whatever. That was his side of the story. But they end up both being arrested though. But yes, good point. She was arrested for trying to strangle him. Let me rewind that just a little bit because I interrupted it. She does not want to watch this at all. And I do believe she just was drunk that day and she forgot like an idiot that she recorded this, because if she remembered that she recorded it, I think she would have deleted this because this looks really, really bad. And at the end of the day, to me, this video here is the smoking gun to me. Like this just proves everything she said was a lie.
Yeah, the jury, it's definitely going to sway the jury's mind, I think.
Yep. And you know they're going to have this playing on that big screen during the trial. You know they are.
Yeah, I feel bad that the family is going to have to watch this.
Yeah, because I know I'm joking a lot, but in all seriousness, though, it is very sad when you hear him pleading, because like I said yesterday, I don't hear him being angry or cussing her out or calling her names. Yes, he says the word F, but I think that's just him trying to, get her to take him serious. But he doesn't say it though, like he's yelling at her. His voice is very faint, and it just makes me feel like if he's been in there by the time she started recording, I feel like if he had been in there already for a good amount of time, that he, in my opinion, I don't know what he would have felt, but if that would have happened to me, I think I would have been at a point, maybe I probably would have been angry at first and been like, get me the F out of here. What the F is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Cussing and all of this stuff. But then when I realized they're not letting me out, I think my mindset would have changed and I probably would have been more how he sounds right here. Like, please let me out, you know, kind of like, baby, let me out. I'm sorry. I left, whatever it may be, to get them to get you out of there. That's what I feel like when I hear him talking right here, is that he was at a point where I think he was scared, in my opinion, at this point. I don't know, but I feel like he sounds, something in his voice just sounds like he was a little worried here.
Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up. I can't walk on what you think. Sarah. Yeah, that's when you do it. You shook me. Sarah. Sarah.
I don't want to watch it, please.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had two fingers hanging out. And you
I
went to
flipped him
that-
over.
Sarah, I can't believe it.
I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's two different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying, fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Okay, so right here, I want everyone, I'm going to rewind it just a little bit. I really want you guys to listen to this part right here. So the detective, the male detective just said, and I hate that I don't know their names, but the male detective just said that there's two videos and a still shot. There's a still shot and two videos. So they're going to get into all of that with the time and everything. Now, listen to what she says right here about how the suitcase got the way it was.
You put him in the suitcase, he had two fingers hanging out. And you
I
went to
flipped
that-
him over.
Sarah, I can't believe it.
I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's two different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying, fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to add the foot. I need to see this visually. Give me a second, guys. So I wonder, can I, okay, so, and I'm just trying to figure out right now, because of the theory that we were talking about, if she pushed him down the stairs while he was in the suitcase. So they're saying there's a still shot. So there's a photo in the still shot, it's upside down. And then there's the small video 11 minutes later. So let me see if I think I have, I don't know how I can do this. Okay, give me, hold on. You guys bear with me. Okay.
And I love how she said it's killing her to watch this.
Yeah.
When he died.
So I'm going to stop sharing that really quick, and then I want to show you guys. So let's just try to figure this out really quick. Okay. So based off of what they're saying, there's a still shot and the suitcase is upside down. So like this, right? This is upside down, right? What do you guys think?
I think so.
Right? Because the zipper's on the bottom part. This is the back, right? Like, because you can see the handle here where you pull it up and carry it, right? You guys see that? So in the still shot, it's upside down, and they're trying to figure out how did he get like that? And then 11 minutes later, after, damn, think about that. So there's a still shot photo, and he was in there. Dude, I didn't even get that until right now. 11 minutes later, after the photo, the still shot is taken, he's in there still.
Wow. And did you see what Human Hysteria said? They
No.
said he passed out maybe on the bed. She flipped him into the suitcase, zipped it up, and flipped him down the stairs, possibly.
I would just think that would be a lot of work to do, and I think he would have woken up at some point. I think he did get in there himself. Sarah's not a big girl, and when someone has been drinking and they pass out, that's like almost dead weight.
Yeah.
I know. And so I don't think that would have been easy for her to get him in there if he was passed out. So I do think that there was a game she did. That's the only thing that would make sense for him to get in there, was a dare or something. Or I don't know, maybe she got mad at him. Maybe he was like St. Sir, and she's like, get in the suitcase. I don't fucking know. But for this, the still shot looks like this, right? And it's upside down. So then 11 minutes later, the small video. So for the small video, I'm going to go on my phone really quick, you guys. The small video, what does that small video look like? Hold on.
Delana wants me to read her comment. Let me see.
Okay.
She said, in my opinion, she would have never been able to carry him back up the stairs while he was in there, not by herself anyway.
Well, okay, so let's say the suitcase was on the floor.
Unless the ex helped her, she said.
Wait, read that again? Sorry.
Okay. She would have never been able to carry him back up the stairs while he was in there, not by herself anyway, unless the ex helped her carry it up.
Well, what do you mean carried it up?
I don't know. I'm just reading it.
Can you highlight it on your end, or you can't?
No, I can't.
Oh, that's so dumb. Hold on, because I'm looking at okay, so hold on.
And did you see the picture of the ex holding the suitcase? Because a couple people said they've seen a picture of him holding the suitcase.
No, I haven't.
I don't know, but I heard that yesterday, so I need to look for that picture.
Okay, so in the first video, the small video that, remember, there's two videos, you guys. Let me put my camera on so you guys can see what I'm doing. I feel like weird. Okay, so there's two videos, and I'm looking at it on my phone right now. So the first video that she's recording, and it's the shorter video, it looks like this, the suitcase. So the still shot is first based off of what the detectives see. You guys stay with me, bear with me. The detectives are saying there's this two videos and a still shot. There's a short video. We've watched it yesterday. We have both of them. So the still shot, he's upside down, which looks like this. And in the short video that I'm looking at, the suitcase is like this. So they're asking, how did it get flipped over? And she's saying, well, I flipped it. So if he's like this in the still shot, how did he end up like this? Where are the stairs at? Did she push him down the stairs? And that's why it's like in that position. Do you guys get what I'm saying, or no, I'm not making sense?
You're making sense to me.
Do you get what I'm saying, though? Is that why in the still shot, she pushed him down the stairs, and that's why it ends up looking like that? And then she flips it, like the detective says, it's in the video, the short video, it's like this. How did it get from this to this?
Do we know where the stairs are? I'm like moving my mouth so that you can see it. Do we know where the stairs are, like in that picture? Is it to the right?
No, see, I have no idea where the stairs are. Does anyone know?
Oh, I think we could probably, if we get the address, look at it on Zillow.
Yeah, we need the address. I think it's, I don't know it by heart. Yeah, so Delana, so I think I'm looking at comments. So I think, and I didn't come up with this. Valerie said this yesterday during the live, and it was like a little light bulb went off in my head, and it made perfect sense. That because I kept thinking, how did he sustain these injuries? Like these are major injuries for someone to sustain. And I was thinking, okay, he's in a suitcase. Could he have thrashing around? Could he have gotten that? But then when you listen to the detective and what she says, what the medical examiner said, and how we listened to it today too, he got some serious injuries on the head, on the forehead. His eye had bruising, his shoulder had bruising. Yes, he had scratches on his neck and back. So how can he have sustained major injuries like that? And another thing is the medical examiner, the detective says that he got those the evening of, not days before, not weeks before, the evening of. So something happened to him where he sustained major injuries to the top portion of his head. And Valerie, when you said that, like she probably pushed him down the stairs. Maybe he was put in the suitcase upstairs and she pushed it down the stairs. That makes sense. And now that we're hearing the detective right now, and she's saying that, you know, the still shot is him upside down. How did he get like this originally? Was he? And that's why I'm like, where are these stairs?
I'm assuming they're somewhere to the right of that.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be good when it goes to trial. I'm really interested in everything that they're going to say and what they think happened. Because I'm just trying to figure out, did he get pushed down the stairs while he was in the suitcase, and that's how he sustained those injuries? Because again, too, they took photos of Sarah. They took photos of her body and everything. And there's no mention, the detective doesn't mention like, oh, how did you get this wound or how did you get that bruise? So I'm wondering, did they find any bruises or anything that would show that her and George got in a fight that day, like a physical altercation? And if she does not have anything, then maybe they didn't get into like a physical altercation. Maybe he did sustain those injuries from either her pushing it down the stairs or excuse me, or like somebody, or you even mentioned it too, or maybe she started kicking or hitting the suitcase with either her, you know, kicking it with her feet or hitting it with an object or something. But something happened to him because he sustained some major injuries. And I hope I make sense with this, you guys.
Yeah, and she might not even remember doing that. So where she's like, I didn't do anything, because she doesn't remember her doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. I can go there. Maybe she doesn't, but I feel like I think she does. But I mean, she could probably, like, maybe if she was really intoxicated, maybe she did black out and don't remember some things. Maybe, but I have a feeling if she did do something like that, I feel like she knows that she did that. I think she does, and I just think it's interesting how she's so adamant. Like, I didn't touch him. I did not touch him. Like, she's so adamant. Like, we did not fight. And maybe they didn't fight like physically, but maybe she pushed him down the, I don't know. Okay, so let me get back to the video. Hope I make sense, you guys.
You do.
Okay, so let me close that. I'm just trying to picture how he got, I'm just trying, you guys know me, I overanalyze everything. I'm just trying to understand how he sustained such injuries like that. Jay says, I get what you're saying. Okay, good. At least some of you get what I'm saying, I hope. Because I know when I explain things sometimes, especially when it's just coming to me, I get excited and I just talk so quickly. And then people are like, what? Slow down, girl. So I hope I make sense. Okay, let's get back to this.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep.
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
But not intentional.
No, you told me you went upstairs because you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
Stopped here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because there's the end.
And his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just showing you, I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the other video.
I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a...
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying fuck you.
It's not malicious.
Then what is that?
What does fuck you mean to you?
Well...
Like if I were to tell my
like
partner...
he does. Like, I get told everything but a white woman, so...
Okay.
My intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
But you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself out, but the video shows
That's what I told you.
And I see his fingers.
He'll be up here any minute.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling you
and I
he
didn't
can't
wake
breathe.
up.
Do you think he's joking? You told me he was laughing, and
we were before.
The video, there's no.
When we first got in there, both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts. So was he in there for like a long time prior to recording this?
No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny.
But
you're the only one laughing.
But I didn't think that he was like panicky. Like
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like,
he's never been locked in a suitcase. That's where he couldn't get out. So
it's kind of, I thought it was the boy crying wolf kind of thing.
Okay.
And again, my plan.
But nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking? He is begging. And you're the only one laughing.
Okay.
And you're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like you're mad.
No. Please don't, I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me. Like,
no, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
Well, I know what.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember making the video?
Probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
No. Just because I went upstairs and just because you're drunk doesn't mean that you.
Times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you.
Mm-hmm.
You said that you don't like not having your wits. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
Okay. I understand where you all are coming from.
Well, we're just trying to make sense of it. We're trying to figure out what you're saying.
We're trying to figure out this video.
You explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did. Like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was, my plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to, he'll be up here any minute.
But you willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and get
My
ready
plan
for
wasn't
bed.
also to leave him in the suitcase.
So why didn't you take him out?
Because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think, he's asking to come out, he
I
can't
didn't do it intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not giving it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the suitcase.
What was your plan?
Waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when he did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him? Maybe I shouldn't?
No.
Well, that didn't cross your mind because
that's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just.
We're asking.
It's the whole.
You tell us.
It's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was like, I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't,
He's telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, nobody understands our relationship. This whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? Because it was a
No.
joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you love
I wouldn't do
George.
that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
So I just.
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand. Like, that was not my intention.
Well,
Y'all don't have any idea what
by
I've
your
done for
acts,
him.
But by your acts, and that's exactly right. You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show
No.
you any appreciation.
He did.
Not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you bring up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you. You couldn't breathe. And you verbally several times told him just fuck you.
Well, you said it in the video, but you won't let us play the rest of it. 'Cause you don't want to.
When I say cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I
And
think
if
so
you
too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating, though. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video. That I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told him,
I don't
fuck
know
you.
what this is.
What would you say if somebody told you that they had done this?
Done what?
Zip somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed.
Do you all not think, so you all think that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm going to go to sleep? Is that what you guys are trying to assume? Or trying?
They're not assuming that. That's what happened.
Yeah, but I do think that she thought, okay, I got him in there, and then she took advantage of that opportunity. And I think, without a doubt, she wanted to torture him. Without a doubt. I don't think she, and even obviously, because they're not going for first degree, she did not, plan this or anything like that. Days of planning of this. That's why they're going for second. But I do think that once she got him in that suitcase, I think that's when, I don't know, she just was like, I'm going to torture him and I'm going to leave him in there. And I do think when she went up, here's the thing with me, and you guys could probably disagree with me, but when she goes upstairs, I don't think she intended for him to die. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? I don't. I think she was, drinking and she was buzzing. I don't know if she was shit-faced drunk because I don't know Sarah, so I can't say. But it's clear in her voice she's intoxicated. And I think that, but then I get stuck with, maybe she did, maybe she is telling the truth, and maybe I'll change my mind in a couple of days, but maybe she is telling the truth where maybe she did leave two fingers out, and maybe in her mind she thought he'd be able to get out. It was a stupid decision by her, and that's why they're getting her for second-degree murder with a depraved mind, which totally fits this case. But so maybe she thought he could get out. I don't know. But then I'm like, dude, he's pleading and begging, and you just leave him in there. What did you think would happen? So I don't know. I'm conflicted a little bit. Part of me thinks she was just intoxicated and she didn't intend for him to die. But then again, I'm thinking dude, he was in there for so long and he's pleading and stuff, and you hear it in his voice, and then you go upstairs. Maybe she went upstairs, but then again, she was up there for 30 minutes laying down. So I don't know. What do you think, Valerie? What do you think? I don't know.
I don't know, but she doesn't seem shocked at all that he died. That's the thing. You would think that she'd be shocked about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem sad. She doesn't seem shocked. She doesn't seem remorseful, or guilt, that she feels guilty about it. She doesn't seem any of those things.
Yeah, and I know when the 911 call too, it's very telling because she just straight out comes out and says he died, he's dead. Her boyfriend is dead is basically how she says it, and there isn't any remorse or anything like that.
Yeah, and on the 911 call, I literally think she's just counting. I don't think she's actually doing CPR.
No, I don't think so either. Well, she even stops counting and she's talking and she's saying, because she's counting at first, but then she's like talking, and that's when the dispatcher's like, can you keep doing it? She's like, no, I am, trust me, I'm doing it. But he's like having to remind her to count. So I don't think she was doing it either.
Yeah.
So do you guys think, in the chat, do you guys think that, here's the thing, do you think she went upstairs and she was like, fuck it, let him die? Maybe not like that, but I don't know how else to word it. But, or do you think she went upstairs and just was like, he can get out. He had 2 fingers. He should be able to unzip it. And then she lay down. And I wonder, what was she doing during the time she lay down? Was she on her phone? Was she texting? Was she on social media? Like, I wonder, what was she doing during this 30 minutes before she knocked out? But do you think she went upstairs, leaving him in the suitcase for him to die? Or do you think that she literally just fell asleep and was like, woke up the next day like, oh, fuck? You know what I mean? Whit says, I don't think she gave him 2 fingers. So you don't think he had the 2 fingers to be able to get out? And here's the thing. We don't know if that's even true or not, because, excuse me, when she woke up the next day, she opened it and removed him. So no one knows if that was even true or not. But I'm looking at comments. Angela says, let me get to the newer comments on my thing. Angela, where's your comment? She says, I don't think she meant to kill him, but definitely needs to be punished for causing his death. Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's where I stand with it, too. I guess I'm just a little conflicted, because hearing the video and knowing how long he was in there, and he was in there longer than that. Who knows how long he actually was in there before she took a photo. And then just the photo alone, from when the first video starts, it's 11-minute difference. That's a fucking, if you don't think 11 minutes is long, sit in front of your clock for 11 minutes and you come back and tell me that's not long. That's a long time. And to know that he was in there that long. And I wonder, from that video, what's the duration from that one to the other video where we see and hear her, well, we don't see Sarah, but we hear Sarah taunting and like cussing at him and all of that stuff. I wonder what's the duration of time from those 2. You know what I mean? It's just, Jesus Christ, I don't know.
And I wonder also how long it actually took him, like, to die in there.
Yeah, that's just so horrible. That's just horrible. Hey, kitty, you're so late, my beautiful. But I'm glad you're here. It is very disturbing to think about, Jay. And when we hear the audio, it's just sad. Like, I know we're joking around with a lot of things with Sarah, but in reality, a man lost his life. No matter what he's done in his life with being addicted to drugs, or he was in, he had a toxic relationship with her, he did not deserve to die. Unless you're a pedophile, you deserve torture. But I feel like, he did not, or you do harm to kill children, but I feel like he did not deserve what ended up happening. You know what I mean?
And Delana said she would have been breathing heavy if she was doing compressions, and I agree.
Yep, very true. Sugar says, I think, and that's a good point, Delana. That's a good point. And again, if you're doing compression, how are you able just to talk? I mean, aren't you supposed to be counting and doing them at the same time? God forbid, I hope I never have to do that to someone. But you know what I mean? So I don't think she was doing it at all either. Sugar says, I think she went up and left him to suffer for meanness. I don't think she thought he would die. She is just mean as hell. Yeah, I agree with you, Sugar, too. I don't think, to us, realistically, in sober minds, we're thinking, okay, what did you think was going to happen? Right? But then I keep telling myself, well, she was intoxicated and I don't fucking know. I feel like I'm finding excuses for her. Sorry. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I know, Jay. He says that must have felt like hours in there. Oh my God. Okay, let me hit play.
Trying to the video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
No.
It is not leading up. It is not matching what statement you gave us in the car.
So,
And that's why we want to know.
and
the
I don't remember
injuries-
doing those.
The injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really, truly does.
You don't think that I had thought about that?
Thought about the video or thought about?
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm going to go to sleep? Is that what you all are assuming?
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us that happened.
That's what happened.
And the video,
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'm not going to say,
you thought he could
Those
get out
are-
on his
yes.
but the video shows that he cannot get out on his own.
but when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside.
But it had the hole in it.
And you're claiming that it had a paper clip, so that's what assisted you in doing it.
No.
Is what you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I said I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's got,
But the zipper part is broken, that
yes, which is
you
why we were
observed
going to
it.
zip it.
Yeah.
I just,
Oh, wow. And the zipper part was broken. I did miss that part too. Wow. And you think he's going to be able to get out? Oh my gosh.
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
but you could on the inside too. I don't know how.
So why wouldn't he have gotten himself out if he could? He was
I don't
asking-
know.
he was
Like, I don't
begging,
know if you
asking.
saw like where the hole was. I don't
I
know.
didn't see a hole.
No
I
one
didn't
sees
see
the
no
hole.
fingers
You're the
sticking
only
out.
one that.
He's now
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers. And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers, and we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm not assuming. I haven't assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm just going to go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this or hears just a little bit like, oh, they were playing around in a suitcase
She's been
and then
drinking
watches that
probably went
video?
to sleep. That's what happened.
But you let him out before. I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you went upstairs. You like consciously had to walk upstairs. I mean, you obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you went upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen. I am sick about it. I've never done anything like this before in the past. I am sick, especially with that. I thought I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us the last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night, that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has two fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different, and it actually shows you upset and, again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So
what,
but my thing
you
is
say
that
we're
the-
assuming, we're not assuming,
but
we're
the
telling you
fingers,
what's on there.
so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also, in the video, you can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole. That
He
you're
essentially
talking
would have
about.
been able to get out.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Based off what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out.
Okay.
But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay, well.
I did not zip it up all the way.
But regardless if she zipped it up all the way or left a finger to stick out, don't try this at home, but are they made for you to be able to open from the inside out? You know what I mean? Does anyone know that? Are they intended where you can open it from the inside out?
I know the suitcases I have are not like that, but I don't know.
Because if they are, then there's no way she left it open. There's just no way. Because I feel like if you're in a suitcase and you can't get out, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to where the zipper would be and try to find an opening, right? So that would have been the first initial thing someone would do. I am taking into consideration that they were drinking. We don't know how much. And here's the thing too, we'll learn too, what is his alcohol levels also.
I was wondering that. Yeah, I was wondering what his blood alcohol level is going to be. Yeah.
So I just wonder, are they people are saying no. Let's see. Sarah says no. Delana says hers is not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some Googling on that one and see. Okay, True Crime with Shannon, thank you. She says, gotta head out, CC. I'm gonna go by the apartments on Saturday and get some. Oh, True Crime with Shannon, yes, thank you. You have my email. I hope you do. If not, the best way to reach me, to be honest with you, I'm really bad at emails. If you have Facebook, if Delana can drop the Facebook group link, join the Facebook group link, and then I can, you can find me on there. I'll find you on there. Would be the easiest way for us to communicate. I always tell people, if you want to communicate with me in real time, it's easier to just join the group and message me through that, because with emails, I have to keep it logged off from my phone because it was getting too much, too crazy, and I was not living my life, to be honest with you guys. Okay, so you guys are saying no. Valerie's saying no, they're not able to open from the inside out. Yeah. Okay.
They should do a test with her and put her inside one with little holes and be like, okay, can you get out? Let us know.
Right? Well, she's already complaining at the very end. She complains about being in the jail cell because she says it was small or something like that and she couldn't breathe. Like, the irony in that statement was just insane.
This is horrific, okay? Horrific.
It is terrible.
Yeah,
horrific. I don't think I'll ever be right because of this. Ever be right. Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally. And then this, whom I loved, it was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional. I would not do that to him nor anyone else.
But you did.
Not intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't intentionally go to bed because I'm thinking, okay, good, he can get out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happen to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
and what do you normally do when you go to bed?
Do.
What do you normally do when you go to bed?
What do you mean?
What is a bed for? Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to bed to do what?
But obviously you can tell too that, like, I've been drinking also.
You go to bed to do what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated. I wasn't this. I wasn't that.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which, yes, you can tell that I had been drinking, but.
Okay. So if you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't breathe?
If I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm going to go to sleep. Is that what you all are trying to do? To portray me as?
We're not trying to do anything. I'm simply asking you to explain to me what happened.
Everything was fine and dandy.
I wouldn't call it fine and dandy.
Was fine and dandy. You all don't, okay, for me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Can we just give a shout out for this woman detective, for this lady? Can we? Sarah is talking and she starts playing the audio. I mean, that is like my second favorite part of this whole interrogation. Once when they bring out the audio, and then right here where she starts playing it, playing him pleading for his life while she's blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, perfect. And as far as the autopsy, it has to have been released already. I'll have to search around, Cynthia, to see if I can get it, if it's out publicly. If not, I could request it, but they take a while sometimes to respond, and the trial will probably be over when they do end up responding. So I'll search around, or maybe somebody else might know and have it and can email it or send it or something like that to one of us.
Yeah, I love that she did that. That was great.
Best part, second best part for me.
I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you, because this was not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just left
I
him there
didn't
to
kill
teach
him.
You left him there to teach him a
That's on
lesson?
you.
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How is that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there. He'll get out and no harm.
Where you're at.
Because you
And then
don't,
he doesn't,
but
but you don't go check on him.
All right.
You say you're up for 30 minutes and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
You even move,
And doze off.
you admit to moving the suitcase, like, over. So
You roll it.
you roll it out, like, it's not like,
I didn't want it to be like that. Don't,
you didn't want him to be upside down. How do you even get upside down?
right.
Fuck you.
You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to
Probably
hear.
shut the fuck up.
That's how he talks to me most of the time. I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay.
What's your reasoning for, not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was. I called Brian, and 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless, that I had to I was trying to do CPR.
Okay, but technically, yeah, she called her ex-husband first, and she didn't just wait 5 minutes because 5 minutes and then I'm going to call. No, the ex-husband said that he arrived there. He doesn't live far, it doesn't seem like, and he told her to call. So it's a good question what they're asking. So I don't know. She did not initially call. She called him, he arrives, and then he tells her, call 911, and then she calls 911.
I was trying to do CPR. I had to get him out and try to do CPR, and then called you guys. And then was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone, where he had me count out loud to help me focus on what I was doing.
It just, I don't know how, I mean, you can sit here all day long and say, I thought he was going to get himself out, but he didn't. And you went upstairs and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too,
You chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
No, wait 1 second. Because I know, with you all, and then, because you continually ask me, time frames. Where I told you, I don't bother even looking at the clock most of the time. So it's a guesstimate. So, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless of how long you were there, you left. You say,
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
So when he asked to be let out, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs?
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out. I can't breathe. Why didn't you let him out?
Well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video is at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23. So you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times. I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean,
Let him out.
well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video is at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23. So you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times. I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean,
Were you punishing him?
no, just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you got.
We know
This
she's
is what
lying. She was
you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me.
Oh.
Like, it's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
You did.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
It's awful. And I will tell you both this right now, too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
Like, I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what it is in any way.
Did this bitch says she'll never drink alcohol again.
I love that
You're
part.
going to jail. You're going to prison. They don't have. Well, you can make alcohol, I think, in there, but yes, you won't have that problem, Sarah. I can't believe she just said that.
I know. Yeah, she'll have her prison wine from the toilet.
That part. Let's listen to that again when she says that. I wish I knew what the detectives were thinking at that moment when she said that. Like, girl, you don't worry. You won't have that problem. Don't worry.
It's like she's thinking like they're gonna bargain with her, like, okay, well, if you're not gonna drink again, we'll let this slide.
She is in such denial. But Sarah really believed that she was going home after this. She really thought she was, gonna walk out of there and, be able to deal with whatever ends up happening. She really did. She's just delusional. Let's listen to that.
Asked multiple times. I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean,
Were you punishing him?
no, just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you got. This is
Yep.
what you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
You did.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
It's awful. And I will tell you both this right now, too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
Like, I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what it is in any way, shape, or form.
But let's get back to this. What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let out? I don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing. You've all
I'm not asking a time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's
So-
in the bag saying,
my God.
and you say, fuck you.
When he, so like, for like the whole few minutes that he was in there, like
A few
Minimum
minutes.
11. But yes, go ahead.
Yep. Get her, girl. Get her.
Thank you. 11.
Yeah.
For the one video.
Yeah, good point.
Well, in between those two videos. It's
Between the two
11
videos?
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what's the question again?
When he's
And good point. They're making good points because she's making it seem like, oh, he was just in there for like a couple of minutes. Like, and I love how they keep letting her know, no, he was in there. There's 11 minutes. Just from the time difference between the two videos, they're letting us know 11 minutes. And then again, I thought they have a still shot. So I'm wondering, I thought she said in the beginning, she said the still shot from the video was 11 minutes, but I don't know. But when was that still shot taken? And then, you know what I mean? I want to know all the numbers between it, but we don't even know after she turned the camera off, how long was she just sitting there watching him in there before she decided actually to go upstairs? You know what I mean? She's something else.
I agree. And she's like yelling at the detectives.
Girl, she's like starting to get like really aggressive. And I think that I wonder if they're getting frustrated with her too, because now if you notice, the male detective, he's getting a little loud now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I do see that.
He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him? There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like,
Again, it's the boy calling wolf.
Okay, but where does this game end? Did you say this is a game? You got somebody in
Obviously,
there.
like the wrong way.
So what was your intention for leaving him in there?
And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys are trying to, again, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened.
Intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down and check on him.
And it's the whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying to do.
Care about
whatever. It's like, for all I know, it's 10 minutes.
He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you can't tell us why you left him in there and went upstairs. That's my only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's what I have a feeling is I went upstairs and just hit the bed kind of thing. But again, I'm thinking he'll be up here in a minute. But then
thank you, Missy.
Go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going up?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun. You
I
said this was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing. You went upstairs. He had his fingers out of the bag and he was playing. Well, obviously that's not the case.
So are you guys? So what is it you're trying to like?
We're just trying to figure out why.
Why? What?
Why?
What was the motivation for leaving him in the bag?
Why he was left in the bag? Why the
I
video?
didn't have any motivation. It was he and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, I'm going to go to sleep.
That's excluding, that's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted. And he has a bump on his eye.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. Like, this is not fair at all.
Yes.
That you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come from?
If you were, say it's opposite, you were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out, would you hope that that person would let you out? Like, you're asking to be let out of a suitcase, should they not let you out?
Eventually.
I'm guessing. I mean, I'm blaming it on the wine.
Thank you so much, Kitty. I love you so much. And now she's.
So you guys are like assuming that.
You keep saying we're assuming. Well, we're not. We haven't assumed anything.
But you guys are assuming that that's what.
Remember earlier, it was not the alcohol at all. Remember, now she's blamed it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Isn't there a song like that? I blame it on, what is it? Oh, it's gonna bug me. Sorry.
What I did.
No, by what
like
the facts of what happened. We got there. You said you pulled him out of the suitcase. You said you went up. You went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
now
what you said is like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
You've used it today too, to say that you guys are within your wits. There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but we didn't drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the statement.
They were both purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you didn't, because they weren't there the day before.
So one was.
Two Publix receipts from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
Okay, well, I
mean, there's receipts,
So they did.
it's not even.
They have
worth it.
receipts that shows they purchased
So this is,
2 bottles of wine.
so I don't know what you guys are,
Right, Duke?
I don't know.
We were just hoping that we could figure out why
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
It's not Milli Vanilli's
Well, we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes,
It's not.
that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video is there. We played it for you.
So you guys think that I intentionally?
You did.
It
You got up
doesn't matter
off the couch
It doesn't
and
matter
walked
what
up
we
the couch,
think.
or walked up the stairs and got into bed. That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drug you up there. You didn't float up damn stairs.
Okay, well, it's not fair. It's not fair that you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
I don't know what to tell you.
You told us that. You didn't go upstairs?
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase. I unzipped it from the hole with one finger.
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
But he could push it open.
No, he
Did
didn't.
He's getting upset.
I
love it.
The video
No.
shows him pushing up.
And
If he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell
Okay,
you he can't breathe.
okay.
If
I-
someone
I-
can do something for themselves, they're gonna do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay,
Didn't see it.
it wasn't. I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
Okay, but what does she
What's
have
that?
to
You
do
didn't
with
intentionally do
it?
what?
When she says it like that, when she says that I intentionally did not do. Okay, so what did you intentionally do that day then? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. And why you guys keep saying Milli Vanilli for that song? I think it is, sorry, I jump around with comments. I think Delana's right. It was Jamie Foxx. Blame it on the rain, blame it on the alcohol, or whatever. Blame it on the alcohol.
Oh, I was thinking you were talking about Afro Man because it got high, but with alcohol.
No, I was like trying to think of that song, Blame It on the Alcohol. It's Jamie Foxx who sings it, but they're saying Milli Vanilli sings what? Oh, there's 2 songs though, Blame It on the Rain, right? Isn't there a song, Blame It on the Rain? Sarah says that she's in, she knows music. I don't know, we're getting distracted, sorry. But anyways, yeah, I like both songs. I used to like Milli Vanilli back in the day, but they lip sync, so. Okay, sorry.
Zip it all the way. He nor I.
Well, he's dead as a result
Laid
of your
hands
action.
on each other.
He is dead as a result of
I
your
understand
action.
that.
Yeah, that's very important what she says. Oh, Milo's trying to come in. He's dead in what did she say? He's dead in a result of your actions. Yes. And same thing for second-degree murder with a depraved mind. I'm going to read it real quick. The statutory definition of depraved mind murder requires that the accused, so for this case, it'd be Sarah, recklessly create a grave risk of death under circumstances suggesting a depraved indifference to human life. And bam, that right there, what she just told Sarah. Yeah, she's going down.
So,
That's why
You
this.
two didn't lay hands on each other.
No.
Okay, so that's where I stopped it. So that is part 1, but I do want to play, Valerie can hear us. I do want to play the video of him in the suitcase because who asked about it? Exactly what he was saying on the video. So we're going to listen to that one more time and you guys are all talking about music. Okay, so let's just, while I'm doing this really quick, I think, okay, so Human says, Jamie Foxx, alcohol, Milli Vanilli, rain. Thank you. Okay, so Sarah, you were correct. Sarah was correct and Delana both were correct. I was just thinking it was one song. So you guys were both correct with that. How many of you guys, Valerie, do you know who Milli Vanilli is? Because Valerie's really, how old, you're young, Valerie, right?
Yeah, but no, I've heard of Milli Vanilli. I don't
Okay.
know the songs that I don't know the song you're talking about, but I know who Milli Vanilli is.
Okay. Because Valerie's just a little baby compared to me. Okay, let me get that really quick. Hold on. And then you can answer comments, Valerie, while I'm doing this, please.
I wish I could highlight them. Let me look at them.
I thought you could too. Ugh.
No. Let me see. Okay. Okay, Jay's saying I think she's gonna con the judge and jury. Oh, she's gonna try, definitely. Let me see. Doomed. She's dancing in a burning room. Sarah says. Here, kitty, kitty. I intentionally hate that word. Intentionally. I know.
How many times did she say that though?
I was gonna say that we literally need to do a night live and take a drink every time. But you said we'll all be as plastered as she is and not remember it the next day.
Well, Valerie, you're gonna cover this case, right?
I'm thinking of it. Yeah, because I would love to do one where I'm covering a trial because I haven't done that. So I'm thinking of it.
Yes. I think you should too and then it's good too, you guys, because I go live earlier, but Valerie goes live really late too. And so you have that night. I feel like night lives are always, I love them. I initially started with night lives, like evening lives. Evening lives. Sorry. But I love doing them at night, but I don't know. Now that I'm getting older, I just feel like I get a little tired easily, or I don't know. But
and I hate morning lives. Oh, it's so hard because Amber, I know she's in here. I can never make her lives because they're 5:30 my time.
Yeah, they're 5. Well, no, they're because they're 5:30 my time. So
I thought they're 6:30 your time.
No, girlfriend, they're 5:30 my time, so they're 4:30 your time.
Okay, I can only make it if I haven't gone to bed yet.
Yeah, I can't do that early either. I'm like, okay, so let's listen to this. Somebody wanted me to play it, was asking something about it. So let me make sure the volume is up. And I think this is where it starts. Let me make sure I got it where it starts. Hold on. Okay, so I think this is where it starts. Okay.
And there's that nasty carpet.
Yes, let me get that off the screen. Yes, the nasty ass carpet, all stained. All right, let's play this. So remember, initially there's a still shot of the suitcase upside down, like I showed you guys, and the suitcase is more over here in this direction. We don't know the layout of where, how this townhome looks, but I'll see if I can get the address and we can look. But True Crime with Shannon, she is from the area. She's actually also said that I believe she was going to go to the trial, I think a few times. And then she said, I don't know exactly if she's still here, but she said, I think this week she was going to drive by the apartments and try to get some photos of inside and stuff like that. So hopefully she can. Okay, so let me unmute this and put it. Okay. So this is the first video. Or would this be the first video right here? Because it's upside down.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Ooh.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. Sarah. Sarah.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. I want to get video for it extra.
What did she say right there?
Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah.
And you can see him moving.
I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you chewing on me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
I can't breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut the fuck up.
Sarah.
Shh.
Yep, I agree. Vicky says she is evil, and Delana couldn't say it any better. She says, "Well, now it's on you, B." That's her nice way of saying it.
Yeah, I think she's sadistic, honestly.
I know. It's just heartbreaking. Duke says, "Oh man, this is outright murder." I know. Well, they're going for a second-degree murder, and I think what they're going with for this case, I think it's spot on. Second-degree murder, depraved mind, without a doubt. And I think Sarah's going down. I do. I think it's going to be guilty. I do. That's my opinion, though.
I think she's going to be shocked.
I don't know why she was, Human says, was she going to send it to his family? I mean, she seems like she'd be like that, wouldn't she? Like sick like that. I don't know why. I don't know why she was recording it, but it always amazes me when people's own digital data ends up coming back and bites them in the ass. You know what I mean? And it gets them busted.
Like Aiden Fucci's mom, like I was thinking, oh, I wish they had cameras inside so like we could see how he got in there.
Yep, I agree. Another one, her home camera catches her cleaning his pants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So Valerie, I think we're going to wrap it up because we've been on here for almost 3 hours. So this is part 1. We're going to do part 2. We're probably going to have to do it on the weekend. I'm not too sure. But I don't know if Valerie would be able to make it back because she does have her own channel. My little sister has her own channel, and she does have other cases she's going to cover. So make sure you guys check her channel out. She's so amazing with her research and everything like that. I'm so proud of her. And so make sure you check her content out. She does go live at night. So for people that are night owls, this is perfect for you. And it's a very casual live, which I like her going on her chat because she is like, her chat is like my chat. Like, you know, no one's fighting in here. No one's talking shit to people. Everyone has their own opinion. We're all grown, agree to disagree. And that's how I like to run my channel. Like, I don't do drama. I don't do the drama shit. And, you know, it's just a good vibe. We can laugh. We talk about these cases. And yes, they're dark. But guess what? We still laugh and have a good time here. I cannot be part of I can't watch channels that are too serious because then I just feel so depressed. You know what I mean? Because we're already talking about such depressing stuff. So check Valerie's channel out. And Valerie, do you have any last words before I let you go? And then I can just wrap it up.
No, just thank you so much. I'm so happy. I know that we've talked about doing a live together forever. So I'm happy that we finally did. So thank you for having me up.
And what's the one we need to do together still?
Carly Gousset.
Yes, that's the case that's dear to Valerie. So we got to figure that one out too.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to let Valerie go. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for having me. Bye, everyone.
Okay, guys. So, we made it. We made a 3-hour live. Let's hope I can get my ass up off of this chair afterwards. Someone said they joined the Facebook group. I plead the 5th. Okay, good. I will accept that as soon as I get off of here. And again, you guys give it up for Valerie. Can someone drop Valerie's link to her channel, please? And I'm not just saying all those compliments to Valerie just to like lie or anything. Like, she knows me and Valerie have been friends, been knowing each other for quite some time. We went through something together that I feel like brought us closer. And yeah, so And it was good seeing a lot of you in chat that I haven't seen in such a long time, like Apple of His Eye. It's so good to see you in here. Thank you to everyone that joined from Valerie's channel. Thank you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for the big donation, Misfit, if you're still here. Thank you so much. You're so generous and so kind for that. And Miss Kitty, thank you for being here and showing your support. Always, I appreciate you. And then thank you guys for everybody that's just comments and participates with the chat. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, so I'll figure out another day where we could do part 2 for this, and we'll do that. And I will look, I forgot who brought it up, but about the brother's interview. So George's brother did an interview and a neighbor did an interview. So I know the property manager did an interview and I know where to get that. So I got to find the other ones because I want to see what they say. And you guys, I think we can all agree this is going to be a good trial. Like, seriously, this is a trial that I cannot wait for it to go down. I want to hear everything they have. I don't get the defense that her lawyer is going with, but we shall see how it all plays out. But again, give it up for all of you guys in chat. Thank you guys. And then, of course, give it up for the moderators. I just don't say this, but I do have really good moderators. And with that being said, thank you guys. And you guys already know, stay blessed, keep grinding. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.